Today I fucked up by thinking divorce was an April Fools Gag. Let me preface this off by blaming all of you, the entirety of Reddit, for desensitizing me and giving me major trust issues on April Fool's Day. So here it goes. Yesterday, I got a group text from my wife, Sarah's side of the family, stating that there was an emergency family meeting happening that night over dinner at my mother-in-law's house. I immediately had April Fool's spidey senses starting to tingle, but we haven't all gotten together since Christmas, so I overlooked it and said we, my wife and I, were in. We were the last to arrive, and it was pretty somber when we walked in. We all sat around at a table, and my wife's brother informed the family that his wife has been having an affair and they are divorcing. The affair was with a long-time, close family friend who lived a block away. Chris's wife, Jen, had caught them when she came home early one day last week and broke the news to my brother-in-law, Tim. Both families had been friends for years. They live less than a block from each other. They each have been married for 15 plus years, have 4 kids right around the same age. Honestly, I've always thought both of them were picture-perfect families. Hell, all 4 of them and their kids were at our house 2 weeks ago for a barbecue. Anyways, after airing a lot of dirty laundry and their plans for divorce, how it could affect future family functions, and opening up to the group for any questions, there was silence. I broke the silence with laughter and a slow clap, saying this was the best April Fool's gag I've ever seen, but I wasn't falling for it. I told my brother-in-law Tim and his wife Ashley they need to consider going into theater. Their performances were top-notch and tears seemed genuine. Being the newest member of the family, my wife and I have married 6 months ago, this was probably not the best thing to say in hindsight. I probably should have said nothing. Everyone in the room looked horrified. My mother-in-law, who had been crying the entire time, lost all composure. She left the room in hysterics and did not return before we left. Tim just shook his head, and his cheating wife actually let out a brief chuckle before calling me out for being a dumbass for thinking this was all a ruse, then berating me for being so insensitive. The rest of the family sat in silence, shaking their heads as my wife berated me for trying to make a joke out of a serious situation. I am still dumbfounded. In hindsight, I probably should have just sat in silence, but I honestly still feel like I was calling out an April Fool's gag.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Like when you have like something serious to announce like that, you don't think about April Fools.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, this Saturday.
I don't really think about April Fools anymore.
We're not children.
Adult,
we're not teenagers. We're not like, oh, this Saturday we need to watch out because it's April 1st. And April Fools is a huge thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
So all of the adults, we're having an adult conversation. And
he's just there like.
Just good job, guys. But no. But like this dude was probably like been on Reddit recently and was like reading April Fool's stories. Yes. So it's at like the top of his head. For it, and he's like, oh, April Fool's coming up Saturday, and he's like, you know what I mean?
Family meeting.
He's suspicious. He's like, he feels like he doesn't want to get duped, so he's on guard for April Fool's jokes, and he's just like, this is April Fool's. This has to be. They've gone all out. Well done, people. Well done.
The tears seem so real.
Go into theater. Oh my God. Imagine that was me at like one of your family things and I'm just like, oh my.
I would lose it.
That's actually hilarious. I thought it was going to be his own divorce.
Yeah, I know. I read the title too.
This is kind of funnier. That's hilarious.
Top comment. Oh, I'm insensitive, but you've been fucking the neighbor. Literally. How ironic for her to be like, how insensitive of you, OP. She's fucking cheating.
Oh my God. It's funny that she was the only one that laughed.
Yeah.
All right. Back to me.
Mm-hmm.